Sigiriya is a UNESCO World Heritage Site located in the heart of Sri Lanka. The ancient rock fortress is a remarkable feat of engineering and architecture that has fascinated visitors for centuries. The origin of Sigiriya. Sigiriya was built during the 5th century by King Kasyapa, who wanted to establish his capital on the top of the rock. The rock, which rises 660 feet above the surrounding landscape, offered a strategic advantage to the king as it provided an excellent view of the surrounding area. The king chose to build his palace on top of the rock, which he believed would make it more secure and impregnable. The fortress was built as a royal residence, and it remained the seat of power until the king's death in 495 CE. After the king's death, the fortress was abandoned and became a Buddhist monastery until the 14th century. The civilization. Sigiriya was built during the reign of the king Kasyapa, who ruled from 477 to 495 CE. The kingdom of Anuradhapura, which was established in the 4th century BCE, was the most prominent kingdom in Sri Lanka during the time of Sigiriya's construction. The kingdom was known for its advanced irrigation systems, magnificent temples, and impressive urban planning. The Anuradhapura kingdom was a prosperous and thriving civilization that left behind many architectural marvels such as the Jaya Sri Maha Bodhi tree and the Ruvanvelasaya stupa. The construction of Sigiriya. The workers used a combination of natural and man-made materials to construct the fortress. The natural materials used in the construction included the rock outcrop itself, water from nearby reservoirs, and soil for the gardens. Man-made materials included bricks, plaster, and timber. The workers who constructed Sigiriya used advanced engineering techniques to transport materials up the rock face. They built a spiral staircase that was carved into the rock face, which allowed them to access the top of the rock. They also used a system of water channels and tanks to supply water to the top of the rock, which was used for drinking, irrigation, and for creating the water gardens and fountains that are still visible today. The water gardens are located on the western side of the fortress and consist of a series of terraced pools and fountains. The most plausible theory of construction is that the workers used a combination of multiple methods to transport the materials to the top of the rock. They likely used pulleys and ropes to transport the heaviest stones, ramps and scaffolding to transport smaller stones and materials, and water channels to supply water to the top of the rock. The workers would have also had to use advanced engineering techniques to ensure the stability of the structures built on top of the rock. The purpose of Sigiriya. The purpose of Sigiriya has been a topic of debate among historians and archaeologists for many years. While the exact purpose of the fortress remains unclear, there are several theories that attempt to explain its function. One theory suggests that the fortress was built for military purposes. Its location on top of a massive rock made it an ideal defensive position. The walls, moats, and other defensive features of Sigiriya are consistent with a military structure, and the fortress may have been used to protect the surrounding areas from invasions. Another theory suggests that Sigiriya was built as a palace for King Kasyapa, who was known for his love of luxury and grandeur. The palace complex at the top of the rock contains several large buildings, including the king's living quarters, the queen's baths, and an audience hall. The gardens, fountains, and frescoes found within the palace complex are consistent with a royal residence. The most widely accepted theory is that Sigiriya was built as a royal residence and a place of refuge for the king. The combination of military and luxurious features suggests that it served both defensive and residential purposes. It is likely that the king and his court lived at the top of the rock, while the lower areas of the fortress were used for storage and defense. Sigiriya is a remarkable testament to the engineering and architectural prowess of the ancient Sri Lankan civilization and the advanced engineering of civilizations long past.